In Meyerowitz's books, Television and Interpersonal Behavior and Multiple Media Literacies, he highlights certain theories by Hall and Goffman. The first theory by Hall is a term that he coined, proxemics, which he describes as a universal nonverbal communication. And this nonverbal communication is managed through spatial behavior. And these spatial behaviors are biologically based, but they can be modified through different cultures. Spatial behavior can be categorized into different zones: intimate, personal, social, and public. And these zones are universal, but the distance associated with each of these zones are different depending on culture. Hall's concept of paraproxemics is the idea of proxemics but related to media. Hall's theory suggests that there's a possibility in forming relationships between perception of interpersonal distance and the framing variable. The way a character is framed may suggest interpersonal distance between the character and the viewer. Framing variables help the audience react in certain ways due to the way that character or characters are filmed. Framing in YouTube videos are different than television and films. Through YouTube vlogs, we can see a more intimate spatial behavior between the YouTuber and the way that their camera is close to them and talking directly into the camera, as if they're talking personally to the audience member. We can see this type of framing variable in Lilly Singh's vlogs, when she films mostly her face and talks right into the camera as if she is talking to a close friend.
So this is my face without makeup. This is what I look like. I'm vlogging off my iPhone right now. Oh jeez, am I really doing this? Do it! Oh yes, this is what I look like. I have raccoon eyes and I have lots of acne, and now you know.
In film and television shows, most of the time characters don't talk directly into the camera and are shot at more personal or social distances. Here's an example of that.
You ate my sandwich?
It was a simple mistake. It could happen to anyone.
Oh, really? Did you confuse it with your own turkey sandwich with a moist maker?
No.
Do you perhaps remember seeing a note on top of it?
There may.
In television and film, it's more of a professional performance, so the camera angles and usages are much more professional than YouTube vlogs. Even Lilly Singh's performance videos are shot more professionally, and the framing variables are different than her vlogs, where the spatial distance is more social than intimate.
What's up, everyone? My name is Tweety, and I am here to teach you how to twerk.
Another framing variable in certain YouTube videos is a subjective perspective camera shots. And this is mainly seen in video game YouTube videos. This camera angle, as you can see, is if you're looking through the eye of the YouTuber, as if you have their perspective. This works well in video games because you hear the narration of the YouTuber, but you can see the video game as if they were playing.
Finally, a pretty horror game. This feels like, you know, I play so many shitty horror games, and I don't know, this just made me appreciate a beautiful one, you know? That is amazing. Alright, well, I guess... Whoa, look at that! This is pretty diamond I have a sweet-ass jacket!
From a viewer's perspective, framing variables are subjective and objective. These are framing variables used to persuade the viewer's perception of relationships between characters. Subjective shots are as if we're looking through the character's eyes at another character in the scene. This is much less common in YouTube, but we can see it becoming more common through GoPro videos. And the GoPro can be clipped to someone's harness or like a helmet, any kind of clothes items, which gives the audience member the perspective of being in that YouTuber's shoes. The objective shot shows multiple people in the camera angle, so it gives the viewer an idea of the relationship between these characters through the spatial distances. Parasocial relationships also relate to Hall's theory of paraproxemics relationships. Parasocial relationship is a term that describes the feeling a viewer gets when they feel personally connected with an individual on television or film. We can also call this term media friends. YouTube is an excellent example of media friends. YouTubers talk more personally to their viewers and even incorporate viewers' comments, questions, and critiques on their videos. They welcome their fans to a more personal back region where they can talk about things you would only talk about with close friends. Parasocial relationships differ on television and film than from YouTube videos because of the framing variables used and the professional equipment and content. The amateur aspect of YouTube helps connect the audience more with the YouTuber because it puts them in the same level as the viewers, rather than the more professional aspects of film and television. Next, Meyerowitz talks about Goffman's theory of impression management. Impression management argues that all social roles, in a sense, are performance, where an individual highlights certain characteristics and conceals others. Goffman describes how people have front regions and back regions. The front region is divided into settings and personal front. When a person enters a social situation, he needs to know certain things about the other participants in the given context. Maybe age, marital status, wealth, education, and so on. They may also want to know the roles the others are playing in the situation and whether the situation is formal or informal, and who to talk to and if they're welcomed or not. These are elements of setting related to impression management. The personal front includes age, height, sex, race, hair length, posture, style, and quality of clothing, facial expressions, and gestures. Some aspects of personal front are fixed and don't differentiate between situation to situation. However, a good part of personal front can easily be changed or modified to suit the context and the role being played. Goffman then divides personal front into appearance and manner. Appearance includes features such as clothing, uniforms, which tells others the nature of the performance social status. Manner is related to appearance but adds the dimension of a specific behavior, which the individual exhibits in a given situation. The back region is a true self of the individual. Back region refers to the private spaces of the individual where they can be themselves and reveal personal information, feelings, and thoughts. In the back regions, individuals speak to the audience as friends rather than professionals. A front region can be shown in Lily's performance video. She's putting on an act for her viewers and is becoming a character to humor and entertain her fans. But Lily's back region would be her vlog posts, where she's talking more personally to her fans and opens up about herself rather than putting on an act for her fans to laugh. Many fans are attracted to the certain YouTube stars because of their ability to open up to their fans and show their back regions. This is what Goffman calls teaming, because the viewer is spoken to personally as a friend. We can see this in Lily's vlogs, that many of her filming is very casual and in personal spaces such as like the apartment, her house, and it's usually associated with someone's back region. Although YouTube stars seem to be revealing their back region, it's not always the case, because YouTubers will make a certain video and say certain things to attract their loyal fans.